Okay, on this video, we're going to move into 2.5 and just going to show you kind of a brief introduction of how to solve absolute value equations. We spent the last week and a half just solving equations, but now, as you can see, we're going to put x inside an absolute value bar. Just to give you a quick review of absolute value and what that means, I know we talked about this before. Okay, if I have, let's say, 4 in the absolute value, that basically means how many units is 4 from the absolute value, or from 0 on the number line, and it's 4 units from 0 on the number line. If I had absolute value of a negative, let's say absolute value of -4, well, -4 is still 4 units from 0 on the number line, so that still equals 4. Remember, absolute value deals with distance, and you never ever say you travel a negative distance. So when you take the absolute value of a number, it always gives you a positive. Okay, kind of leading that into, we're going to look at 3 different examples right here. These give us 3 different types of solutions. Now this first one, where we have absolute value of x equals 4, we're going to get 2 solutions for it, and I pretty much just proved it right here. When you took the absolute value of 4 and -4, it gave us 4. So we get 2 answers. We're going to have x equals 4 and x equals -4. Because if you put it back in, absolute value of 4 is 4, and the absolute value of -4 also equals 4. I would say most absolute value equations gives you 2 solutions. Okay, you just take whatever's inside here in the absolute value, set it equal to this number, and then also set it equal to the opposite. Okay, the next 2 cases you don't see as much. I guess you could say these are special cases here. The next example, if you have absolute value of x equals 0, well, you're not moving from 0 on the real number line. You only get one solution, 0. Okay, it doesn't make sense to say 0 and -0. -0 is the same thing as just 0. So if it's equal to 0, you just get one solution. Now this next case, if we have it equal to a negative, we're going to get no solution for this. This doesn't make any sense. Remember, we said if you take the absolute value of a number, it will never equal a negative. Okay, so if you have absolute value by itself and it equals a negative, you get no solution. These are the 3 different types. We could get 2 solutions, 1 solution, or no solution. Okay, let's look at 3, 4, and 5. Now 3, 4, and 5, they're not going to be as easy as the examples. What we really just do is, okay, this absolute value is by itself. We're going to set up 2 equations because we're going to get 2 solutions because it's equal to a positive 17, kind of like it was equal to a positive 4 here. So my first equation is just x plus 5 equals 17. And then I'm going to put down low, the second one is I take the x plus 5, and now I set it equal to -17. Okay, so then if I just, real easy, takes one step, if I just subtract 5 from both sides, 17 minus 5 gives me 12. So that's one of the answers. And then the other one, if I subtract 5 from both sides, I immediately get x by itself. Okay, if I subtract 5 here, -17 minus 5 gives me -22. So these are our 2 answers, 12 and -22. Okay, if I look at 4, the absolute value is on the right side, but I'm still going to do the same thing. This is still going to give me 2 answers because this absolute value is set equal to a positive number. It's set equal to 4. So the 2 equations I'm going to set up are y plus 2 equals 4, and the other one is just y plus 2 equals -4. And then it's just an easy one-step equation. Subtract 2 from both sides. So 4 minus 2 gives us 2. So that's one of the answers. When I look at the second equation, I'm going to do the same thing. Subtract 2 from both sides. And you get, let's see here, this -4 minus 2 is -6. So our 2 answers here are y equals 2 and y equals -6. Okay, I'll do the last one, number 5. Now number 5 is just like this case. Okay, I have this absolute value by itself, but immediately I see it's equal to -3. Always be aware of that. So as soon as it's equal to a negative, I can't take the absolute value of any number and have it equal to a negative. This automatically is no solution, and that's it. Don't have to do any work for it. All right, so there's your brief introduction for absolute value equations. Most absolute value equations, you get 2 answers because you can move to the right of 0 on the number line, or you can move to the left of 0 on the number line, and you go two different directions there.